I'm Emmalynn.
I'm Jessica.
Today we are starting another reading vlog. This time, instead of Valentine's Day, we're moving on to the next holiday. Reading some books inspired by St. Patrick's Day-esque vibes.
Which are not as easy to find as one might think. But we got some good ones,
did we make a huge TBR in our, one of our most recent
and are
videos?
these on them? No. No, they're not.
It's okay. So, my book is Love and Luck, which is the second book in the Love and Gelato series. I use that term very loosely, by Jenna Evans Welch. I got this book from the library. I'm just going to read the written synopsis because it's just almost funny. And I was kind of getting confused reading it because it's so all over the place. Okay. I wanted this to be real life, not a detour. Addie is visiting Ireland for her aunt's over-the-top destination wedding and hoping she can stop thinking about the one horrible thing that left her miserable and heartbroken and threatens her future. But her brother, Ian, isn't about to let her forget, and his constant needling leads to arguments and even a fistfight between the two once inseparable siblings.
Oh.
But when Addie discovers an unusual guidebook, Ireland for the Heartbroken, hidden in the dusty shelves of the hotel library, she finally is able to escape her anxious mind and Ian's criticism. And then their travel plans change. Suddenly, Addie finds herself on a whirlwind tour of the Emerald Isle, trapped in the world's smallest vehicle with Ian and his admittedly cute Irish accented friend, Rowan. So, is he Irish or does he have an Irish accent?
He's Irish.
Yeah, but she said Irish accented friend. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That is a weird way to describe that.
In case you thought he might not have an accent. As the trio journeys over breathtakingly green hills, past countless castles, and through a number of fairy tale forests, Addie hopes her guidebook will heal not only her broken heart, but also her shattered relationship with her brother. That is, if they don't get completely lost along the way.
So we got a road trip?
Yes.
Forest proximity?
We've got fist-fighting siblings.
Relatable.
I had no idea what this was about until 10 minutes ago, so.
Yeah.
But I love a good Jenna Evans Welch book. I read Love and Gelato. And I read Spells for Lost Things.
Yeah. I forgot that was by her too.
There's always a cute vibe. I do really like her books. Even if they are a little funny. They're still good.
Okay, and I'm going to be reading My Lucky Charm by my number one shoddy, Courtney Walsh, my ride or die. So this is the second book in the Holidays with Heart series, H-A-R-T, because the sister's last name is Hart. So the Valentine's book follows the sister named Poppy, and this follows the sister named Eloise. And the first book there was a hockey player situation, and it looks like this one is too, according to the cover. But I think this one is following Eloise after she just got dumped by the guy she was dating who was also her boss. And so when he dumped her, he also fired her. So she's not only boyfriendless, she's jobless.
How depressing.
And she's in this bar or something on New Year's Eve, and he walks in with his new side piece, and her sister's like, you can't not have someone to kiss on New Year's if he's here. You can't let him see you be by yourself on New Year's. So she's scoping out some random stranger to kiss, and she keeps eyeing this guy that's sitting at the bar by himself that's just watching a hockey game. And so obviously I think it's going to be him. And I think he's a hockey coach, not a hockey player. So if you are into this whole hockey romance thing that I don't really know why it's a trend, but it seems to be right now, and you're looking for something clean, this series would be right up your alley, because the first one, the Valentine's one, which was, what is that called? My Phony Valentine. I think it might be, I don't know, it's hard to say. I was going to say I think it might be my favorite book by her. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I just really like all of her books. I don't even know if I can pick a favorite. But I am so excited to read this because this month has not been a good reading month for me. And I feel like this is going to give me the pick-me-up that I need.
It's the 10th.
Listen, I started a fantasy book that I'm softy enoughing for now. I read a literary fiction book, which I did like, but it was not an easy read. And it required a lot of brain power. And this is what I need to make me feel like I'm not failing at life my reading goals this month. So,
here we go.
I think I can bust this out in
I've read
2 days.
Only one book this month too.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Which I already have told you, but it's okay.
But usually I've read 3 by now.
But you're having a good month emotionally, mentally.
Yeah. It's been a productive month in other aspects, just not in reading, so.
Sometimes you read more because you're sad, so if you're happy, that's all that matters.
This is true. But reading makes me happy, except when it doesn't. When I don't like the book that I'm reading. So, but I am gonna like this. I can already tell. So, let's get to it. Let's go. Let's find our happiness. What page are you on?
I'm on page 79.
Oh my gosh, I'm on page 81.
What are your thoughts? I was trying to get... So these chapters are really long, which really hurts. The chapter I'm on right now is 70 pages.
Ew.
So I was trying to finish this chapter, which ends on page 107, but I fell asleep. So that's where I'm at. We're finally about to start the beginning of the road trip, kind of. This book had a very interesting start, really grabbed your attention. I'll put a clip in, but it starts with her shoving her brother off a cliff. And she said, I may have shoved my brother off the side of a mountain, but I hadn't killed him. That had to count for something.
What?
This isn't a thriller.
Whatever is that infuriating.
Right. And they have some secret going on, and he'll be like, I'm going to tell Mom. And she'll be like, no.
So is he hanging that over her head?
I guess, but why are they pushing each other off of cliffs? That I don't understand. And her brother, I think, is a senior in high school, and she must be a junior or something. Or she's about to be a junior. So you're old enough.
Also, she's probably physically smaller than him.
He plays football too. He's the best quarterback who's already being looked at,
Oh, okay.
So if you're including this information, I don't think he would just topple over.
He'll just be like, didn't see that coming.
So yeah, I don't really know what to think so far because, well, I am 24% through, but don't really feel like much has happened except that there's a secret and I don't know it.
Okay.
Carry on.
So I'm on page 81. I think I said initially I thought that Eloise was going to have to be the assistant to the coach, but it's actually another hockey player. So Dallas from the first book, his team just got this new hockey player that was traded. And he didn't want to be traded, like didn't even know he was going to be traded, so he's really like bitter about that and other things. Like, this man is probably the grumpiest of grumps I've ever seen in a book. Like, he barely even talks and he grunts a lot. And I'm like,
okay.
What? Like, and it's like his inner dialogue is like, I know I was a jerk, or I know, like, I probably came across like a complete jerk. But he just keeps doing all of these things. And I'm like, so is he trying to make himself purposely unlovable because of, like, something in his past? He's hinting at he had, like, a really unhealthy relationship with his dad growing up. And, like, I'm guessing that when he played hockey as a child, like, his dad took it too far and got, like, too serious about it and made his love for hockey all about just like winning and being the best. And so I don't know if that is part of the reason why he is the way he is, but I'm just like, when are we gonna find out why he's the way he is? Because I'm getting just really annoyed. I'm just really annoyed. And it's like,
there should only be mysteries and mysteries.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
like, Shadi's just trying to do her job. Like, she's his assistant, so part of her, like, contract is she's supposed to manage, like, his calendar and all those kinds of things, but she's also supposed to, like, help with buying groceries and, like, errand type things, and he won't let her do anything. He's just like, I don't need you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I don't need a babysitter. That's, like, his coined phrase in this whole book is, I don't need a babysitter. And I'm like, but you're kind of acting like a baby, so maybe you do. Anyways, I'm just wondering, like, how long Eloise can just keep pushing through with all of his negativity. He just exudes negative energy in a book. Like, how can a person exude negative energy in written form? But he does. He does. But it's pretty funny. It is funny. It's, like, funny and frustrating, but mostly funny. So,
oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, I'm excited to read more. It's really fast to read. Not complicated. Just very straightforward. So, I think I can make quite a bit of progress today.
I think we can finish tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Let that be so. Yes and amen.
Okay, bye. Back, and I'm 74% of the way done. What about you?
66%.
Like, this book is questionable at best.
Oh.
I'm just not vibing at all, and I don't know if I'm still in a powerless hangover. I don't really know what's going on, but I don't really like it at all.
Well, I love my book.
And the thing is, I hate...
I wasn't done.
I'm not done. In YA books, it's like, for contemporary, there always has to be, like, secrets. And, like, you, the reader, don't even know the secret. And so that's really the only reason I'm reading. And apparently, like, secrets count as the plot, because that's all we have going on, is that there's things that each other doesn't know. Also...
Or they could just, like, tell each other.
Yes. Or tell me.
Yeah.
Can you tell your inner dialogue, please? Also, why is it a thing for YA books that, like, one of the people in the relationship, the romantic relationship, has to at least have divorced parents or a parent dead? Like, everyone's problems always have to be based on their parents either being separated or being dead. And can we just normalize that people can just have problems to have problems? Like, you can have a happy life and still have issues and things you struggle with. Someone doesn't have to be dead. Like, and then that makes the other character be like, my problems aren't as big as your problems. But just, like, you can be upset too. You can just be sad. You don't have to bond over your trauma to then have a romantic relationship and be like, your parents are divorced, my parents are divorced, we should date. Why is that always a thing? There. That's all.
Okay. Are you done?
I'm done.
Rant over? Okay. I'm loving my book.
That's great.
I'm, like, honestly reading it and getting a little sad that I know it's going to end. It's, like, that feeling. So, maybe that's a 5-star feeling on the horizon. I'm not sure. But we just found out something about our main character, Gray, who's the grumpy guy to Eloise's Sunshine. We found something out about him, about his personal life, that makes you understand a little bit more where he's coming from. Not completely, and it's not a complete excuse for his behavior by any means, but it does give you some insight on, like, what's going on in his head. So I finally appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. It's a good time. It's an easy read. It's everything you could want in, like, a cutesy, hallmarky feeling romance book.
Good for you.
Yeah. So this is a good choice.
I'm trucking along.
And yeah, I wish I had the audiobook so I could, like, keep getting more into the book while I'm doing other things, but that's okay. I kind of want to savor it at the same time. So
that's fair. Well, we're going to try to finish it today, and then
for sure
we'll see if my feelings change, and if
maybe it'll redeem itself at the end.
I only have 25% left.
Okay, maybe not.
You can't make me like everybody in the story. Also, like, I'm just confused how this is a romance book at the same time. Like, I'm not getting any romance, and we're 75% of the way done. 0 romance at all. I'm so confused. But whatever.
All right, we're back with our final check-in and our final thoughts. So I'll save the best for last. You can go ahead.
So I'm just kind of confused what that was about. And I feel like all that happened in the book was what was on the synopsis. And it wasn't a romance because nobody ever got with anyone. So I was also confused about that. And when I thought I had like 8% left, I guess there was like some chapters from her new release in it. I like turned the page and it said epilogue, and I was like, oh, I don't feel like we're at a
point.
We're not at a stopping point at all. And then the epilogue didn't really make sense to me either. Basically, everything like revolved around this big secret involving lots of things to do with her high school and her brother's football team and a boy and all this stuff. And then you end with them like going to school on the first day of school, and she's like, I got this. And I'm like,
so the secret just doesn't matter anymore, or does it get resolved, or does it, like, get out?
It gets out. But I guess she resolved it within her...
implications of it getting out?
I guess she resolved it within herself.
Oh.
I'm not really sure. Yeah, I just don't get it. And I'm going to be honest, like, I really liked Love and Gelato until I started watching the movie, and then I just can't erase it from my memory.
30 seconds in, and we were like, no, turn it off. It was so bad. Sorry if you liked it, but...
I'm just, man, you know, like, I feel like the last vlog we did, really high hopes for the breakup tour, and gave that, like, 2 stars. This just felt like a fever dream. Like, I just don't, like, what happened? And it's not that, like, so much happened where in a fantasy you're like, wow, what even was that? It was like, I read 300 pages of that.
Okay.
I'm just, like, kind of confused. So, let me know if you read it. I saw a lot of people give it high ratings, and maybe if you just need to clear your mind. I just don't know what happened, so I don't even know how to feel about it.
So is this set in Ireland?
Yes.
Okay.
They're, like, on a road trip.
Were there good vibes for, like, an Irish setting? Did it talk a lot about the setting, or no?
A little bit.
Okay.
I just felt, I don't know, I just don't like it, so I don't recommend it. I'm sorry.
So are you giving it a 2?
Probably.
Okay.
2.5, maybe. I think it was better than the breakup tour.
Okay. Well, on to my book, which was, is it called The Lucky Charm or My Lucky Charm? I think it's called My. Yeah, it's My Lucky Charm.
So funny.
Anyways, so I had like 25% of this book last night, and I decided to take a bath, and when I went to take a bath, I was like, I'm not getting out until I finish this book. And I was like about to die, like
sweating?
Yes. I was basically in a sauna for 25% of a book, and I mean, I did survive, and I did finish, but like barely. So anyways, I really enjoyed this book a lot. I loved revisiting Loveland, which is the town that's featured in My Phony Valentine. In My Phony Valentine, we have the sister Poppy. In this book, we have the other sister Eloise, and then there's another sister named Rhea, and so I'm guessing there will be a third book following her perspective, because it was kind of set up in a way that would, like, give her a storyline next. But anyways, I really loved it. I loved Eloise as a main character. I loved Gray, even though he is like the epitome of a grunting, grumpy caveman 90% of the book. He kind of grows on you. He becomes a little more endearing. And I just really love, too, the family that Eloise is in. Her dad her dad is mute, so they all sign to him. And I just thought that was really cute, because you don't really see that very often, but just how they emphasized their parents' love and how that impacted them into adulthood, like what their expectations for love would be for themselves. Just like watching his mom or her mom like love her dad and learn how to communicate with him. And I don't know, it was just a nice little cutesy twist. So I don't know, I feel like all of Courtney Walsh's books, I feel like have been 5 stars for me. And I just feel like I couldn't give it anything less. So
I feel like I'm really just... YA fantasy is not the same as YA romance, and I think I just can't with YA books anymore, except for fantasy. Or Lynn Painter. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, what was this? Like, it felt very Wattpad.
A lot of YA fantasy books, though, like, don't even feel YA. Some do. Like, what was that one book? Blade of Secrets. Anyways, that's a whole other.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story. But I feel like, for the most part, YA books...
I just feel like anything that's not fantasy, it's like someone's parents have to be dead or divorced.
But it's also like
you always,
dialogue
and you have to like, you have
to
to hate your parents because they're doing this to you, but to them, like, it can be to benefit you because, like, if you have to be around your parents that argue all the time, doesn't that make you miserable? Like, why would you rather them? I just don't get it. I just am like, like, you guys were all teenagers once. Did your parents die? Did they get divorced? Did everyone you know have dead parents? No. Okay. Surely there was something else you struggled with in high school that you could make someone relate to. Because I don't relate to having a dead parent. And I know some people do, but I feel like it makes it feel like it's less important when it's in every single book.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, just figure it out. Find a boyfriend that his parents also died. It's all better.
I would say, for my book, St. Patrick's Day was a very mild plotline. But it kind of, like, alludes to it from the beginning because Poppy talks about something happening in St. Patrick's Day that she looks forward to. And then that's how the book ends. So it, like, comes full circle, but it's not, like, a huge central theme of the story. So, what about yours?
I mean, it was just Ireland. It wasn't St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
It was in the summer.
Okay. Anyways, maybe you could read my suggestion and avoid hers.
And it's on Kindle Unlimited, so...
Both are, yep.
No, yours.
Oh, mine is, yes.
So it's free. The better one's free.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, I think all of Courtney Walsh's books are on Kindle Unlimited, so do yourself a favor and just go down a rabbit hole because I'm about to embark on her, what do you call it?
Regency?
No. Her backlist. I'm about to, she has 2 or 3 series on her backlist.
She's busy.
I am about to, one of them is like kind of summer vibes because I think it's set in Nantucket, so I'm going to go through that this summer. Anyways, all of that to say, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.